Keep me steadfast on my path, Lord. My goal in life is Thee.
Now we'll have this week's reading. And raise the one light.
Week 47.
Week 47, Reincarnation, the Spiral Staircase.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I didn't think this
Wait, yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The following commentary is based on the teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. In the book of Revelation, chapter 3, Jesus Christ tells us, "Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out." There is a difference between church dogmas, which are based on reasoned deductions from scriptural statements, and the pronouncements of wisdom, which are based on the inner realization of scriptural truths. Reason, like a train, can only follow already existing tracks of human experience. Human memory, being short, is seldom able to cross back over the threshold of a person's present existence. Biblical references of previous lifetimes on earth are overlooked in the deductive process, and we find them therefore excluded from the body of official dogma. Nevertheless, such references exist. The Bible itself presents them, as does Jesus in this passage, not as abstract teaching, but as direct, personal perception of truth. In the same way, Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita silences Arjuna's reasonable doubts on the subject, not by reasoned argument, but by the frank statement contained in the 4th chapter of that great scripture. "Arjuna, you and I have passed through many births. I know all of them, though you, O chastiser of foes, recall them not." Thus, through Holy Scripture, God has spoken to mankind.
Om. Om. Om.
Good job.
Again, good morning, everyone. Oops. This morning's reading from Whispers from Eternity, Yogananda's Book of Prayer Demands, number 216. The imprisoned bird of omnipresence was released. The opened door of meditation released the cage bird of omnipresence. It fluttered, then spread its wings and flew up and outward over infinite spaces. Its joyful song brought peace to every unhappiness-scorched being. Also, alas, unaccustomed to its newly found freedom, the soaring bird remembered the little cage that had enclosed it in old ways. It flew back, hopped inside, and folded its wings, hiding again, safely as it thought, with its illusory security. O bird of eternity, take heart. Break out forever from that little prison of imaginary security and soar up to thy barless home in everything. So that's one of the cruxes we have with this lifetime. I don't think I have to present an argument for reincarnation. There's certainly, the reading says it all, and so I'm not going to debate that. But we forget. We have this veil. We go from lifetime to lifetime, and we might get smatterings of remembrance, divine remembrance. It's called smriti. I remember when I first moved to Ananda, my first real teacher was Prakash, and he was the monk's monk, they called him, and he did the first yoga teacher training programs. And he had a kitty named Smriti, which I thought, that's a great name for a cat. Divine Remembrance. So this week I've been reading different accounts of reincarnation, and it's just fascinating. Young children coming in and remembering things that there's no way they could have known about these things that they're exposed to. So, just 1 second here. Hide that apple. I am still on the road, so I need to get one of those portable printers, but here we go. So I want to tell this story. There is a couple from Minnesota, and it was getting cold, so they decided to go to Florida. And they thought, well, let's go to the same hotel where we had spent our honeymoon 20 years earlier. So they got on the phone, and sure enough, there was room for them both, but not, the airplane only had room for one of them. So the husband went the first night, and then the wife was to join him the next. And so he got there, and he wrote his wife an email saying I've arrived safely and all that. And so meanwhile, in Texas, there was a woman who had just lost her husband and buried him that day. And unbeknownst to our original man in Florida, he had left one letter out of the email address. And so it didn't go to his wife. It went to this woman in Texas. So she went home after the funeral, and she thought I would look in my email and see if people will be writing things, condolences and whatnot. And so she did, and she fainted. And her son comes in, and he reads the email that she had received. To my loving wife, I've arrived. I know you are surprised to hear from me. They have computers here now, and you're allowed to send emails to your loved ones. I've just arrived and checked in, and I see that everything has been prepared for your arrival tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you then. Hoping your journey is as uneventful as mine was. P.S. It sure is hot down here. Oh, that was very clever. I think it was written, before we all had, phones and could pop-off texts and emails all the time. But I just thought it was cute, even though it's not really on the topic of reincarnation. So, reincarnation. So what keeps bringing us back? It's our desires and our longings and our regrets and the karma we've created. And my one goal in this life is, okay, please let me not create any more karma and just, if I can just get above the stuff that I brought in with me. And in some ways, it's comforting. It's like, because I just remember as a small child, and it just did not make sense to me that I had a loving home and family and a beautiful life, and there were starving children in Africa, and my friend had some disability or this and why, and then why do some people die young, and all these things, like if you don't get baptized and you're a baby and you die, you go to hell. None of it really made sense to me, even as a very young child. And so I knew there had to be some sort of equalizer, in a sense. And here we are in school, and we keep learning the lessons, and we haven't learned them all, or like I said, we create new new desires or new new regrets, whatever. So this is where meditation comes in so powerfully, because we don't have to take these things, keep bringing them back. We have, they hang around in our chakras and the vortexes of energy, and so that is what keeps repeating our body, like the cloak. Yogananda said when he came into an incarnation, it felt like he was putting on a heavy cloak, a heavy coat. So we shed that coat, this bodily form, and we still have our energetic bodies and our souls and our, the other astral spines and, parts of our body. So the chakras, we can feel that. I think we all are aware enough of, I know when I'm feeling a certain energy in a certain chakra, especially like my third chakra, the anxiety, or my heart chakra's opened, or I'm very uplifted and I'm, so I think we have these experiences. And so the more we meditate, and especially with Kriya, which is like the magic potion, we're so blessed because it's a way to help to neutralize these little vrittis, memories. Vrittis rhymes with smriti. I don't know if that's such a name for a cat, though. Anyway, so, as Yogananda said, life is for our education, for learning our lessons, and for our entertainment. So it's not all just, pedal to the metal or nose to the grindstone, whatever. We're meant to live a life of joy and happiness, and everybody finds it in different ways, and we bring those, tendencies back with us too. So, the bottom line is, the more we can meditate and work on these things, we will eventually be free. And that's why the affirmation today of perseverance, let nothing disturb you, all things will pass. So eventually, I wanted to read the words to this song that Swami wrote. I believe it was one of the last songs he wrote, and unfortunately I can't sing it. It's got public domain issues, but the words are his. Through a long and lonely night, I've whispered your name. Through the pains and joys of life, my plea seems the same. Tempt me no longer, this world's not for me. I have known all its charms. Fold me now in your arms. Make me free. Lifetimes have passed. I've called out to you through hope and despair. Lifetimes I've known the goals that I sought, awaited nowhere. Help me remember there's one goal alone. All I am is yours. All I've done is yours. I'm your own. And on that note, trying to stay hopeful amidst, we know we've lived thousands, maybe lots more lifetimes. And this song that I'll sing at the offertory, through many lives, you can kind of be discouraged. Really, as many drops as tears are in the sea. That's how long I've been away, So stay hopeful and seek. This was actually a very big point I wanted to make, and I'm glad to see I'm not out of time. As I was driving, I hadn't written it down because I was driving over this morning from my sister's. I was listening to a talk of Swami Kriyananda's on reincarnation. And it was about a 20-minute talk, and I would say at least half of it, he talked about communities and about the importance of communities. And I found this very interesting because we had this meeting last Sunday, and there were 20 of us, who came just out of curiosity or to offer their opinions of what community could look like. And, you know, in this talk, Swami, again, he talks about how strongly Master talked about this and even tried. And people weren't ready for it. And, you know, that's, of course, there's always divine timing with everything. But the importance of it, and he's dedicated his life to that. And none of the other disciples of Yogananda did. So it's interesting that Ananda has succeeded in this way. And he talked about the importance of it, especially on this very subject, to help us to be inspired. It's not to, okay, let's have game night or movie night, which is really fun, and we will have these things, and we'll celebrate Thanksgiving and all that, but also for this most important part of our lives, our spiritual nourishment, how to stay inspired and to stay strong, persevere, and get up every morning and energize and meditate at night, and do everything you can with the consciousness that you are a channel and all these things. It's so much easier when you're with other people who feel the same way. And I can speak to this because I'm kind of on the road a lot, and which is why you hear me obsessing over this topic. But it's not me. It's really just the time has come. It's in the ethers. There's a lot of interest and excitement about the idea of how can we support each other more, whether it's living together, whatever. And on that note, I will just tag on to a little announcement that there will be a movie night next Friday.
The 5th. So it'll be the Friday after, not the Friday
Excuse
after
me.
Thanksgiving, the
A
Friday
week
after
from
that.
Friday.
2
Yeah,
Fridays.
yeah. It'll be in the newsletter. So a fun way to come together, and also, well, Kelly can talk more about it after Sunday service. But just to keep on trying and finding people to support you in your journey, and coming here together like this for satsang, creating community wherever we can, so that we can keep our spirits uplifted, especially in the days to come, which might be tough, but it's all part of the divine life, the divine drama, the Leela. So, blessings. We will have our offertory now.